Hello and welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. And today I'm wearing David's Home Alone t-shirt. It's so comfy. It's just so comfy, isn't it, Minnie? Minnie. Ignoring me. Today I am going to be making a video that was inspired by Joce from Scribbles Reads video. She made a video earlier, a few weeks ago, about things that she's thankful for. I loved watching this video. It's one of my favourite videos I've watched this year. Just seeing her talk about things that make her thankful, make her happy, and I just loved it, and it just really put me in the happy, lovely mood. And I thought that now would be a lovely time to think about things that make me happy. So I'm generally quite a happy, positive person, and I don't really get very down very much, so I spend quite a lot of time like this. But there are certain things that give me the old fizzy tummy feeling that are just like really small things that just make me feel really happy. And I've got a list of 20 things here, and I'm just going to work my way through them. I've got myself a cup of tea. I'm using David's mug because my mug needs washing up and I'm lazy. That's another thing that can go on the list, the fact that David does all the washing up because he's an absolute babe. Very nice mug. If I put it here, is it in the way? If it's in the way, I apologise, but that is comfort level for me, and we're all talking about things that are making me happy. That's going to make me happy. So the first thing that I want to talk about that makes me happy is cold, crisp weather. So we've been very, very fortunate this December so far to have had so many sunny, beautiful days that are cold and crisp, and you need to wrap up with, but you don't feel like super cold, but you don't feel too hot, and they're just beautiful, beautiful days, and you take a big breath, and it really fills your lungs with like cold, crisp air and just makes it feel wonderful. And it really, those days make me feel very, very nostalgic for childhood. That's how I remember winter being when I was younger. So I just love that sort of weather. The second thing is, this is something that happened to me last night, is going to bed the night before a day off or the weekend, but going to bed late. So last night we stayed up. Normally on a school night I'm in bed sort of by 10 o'clock, asleep by 10:15. But last night, because I knew I was off work today, that I would be going to bed, so I went to bed sort of like 10:30. We watched a film, we stayed up late, I was on my phone, I was doing a bit of reading in bed, and just the feeling that you haven't got to get up as early as you normally have the next day, it's just a lovely feeling to me, and it just makes me feel really happy. So that's another one. The third one also relates to bed, is new sheets. Is there any feeling better than slipping into a bed that's got new sheets on? No, the answer is no. And even so, like fresh, clean sheets, just wonderful. It's just an absolute treat to myself, I think, to be able to get into a bed with fresh, clean sheets. Number 4, something that makes me happy. Sandwiches. I really like sandwiches. And I don't mean like your naffed sandwiches that you buy like in Tesco or the Co-op or whatever. I mean like a sandwich that you've put a bit of love and thought into, or like if you go to a really nice cafe and you order a sandwich and it comes to you and it's just delicious and it's presented beautifully with a little pile of crisps next to it. I love recreating that at home. So I like chopping my sandwiches into little triangles and putting them so they're flat side down, so that they're triangle side up, and putting them all like that, and then a little pile of crisps next to it. It's just my favourite. Sandwich combinations I enjoy, brie, basil and tomato. That is like probably my favourite sandwich combination. Halloumi and hummus is another combination of delicious sandwich. A fried egg sandwich is nice. Egg mayonnaise sandwich, I really like egg mayonnaise sandwich. Grated cheese and Marmite, but it has to be grated. I'm not going to eat a sandwich that's got ungrated cheese in it. It's just not going to work for me. Those sort of sandwiches are my favourite sandwiches, and they make me feel really happy. Number 5 is seeing people dancing. So I am not a dancer. I'm not a very good dancer. I've given it a little go in my childhood, and even as an adult, me and Emma used to go to dance lessons. But it's not for me. I'm not very good at it, but I love watching people dance. So I love Strictly, for instance, on the telly. I love watching that, and just the joy you see in people's faces when they catch the eye of their partner and they're like, I'm doing it. And I love that moment so much. I love seeing people dancing, just like having a little dance in a shop, or just seeing people dancing at parties, and I just love it. I just love watching people dance, whether they're doing it well or not well. I really, really love it. Number 6 is being outside in your pajamas on a summer evening. So that feels like a real treat. So I remember one summer, might even have been last summer, David's parents have got a beautiful, beautiful outside area in their garden that's got like I want to say gazebo, but do I even mean gazebo? And it's just decorated beautifully. They've got solar lights in there, they've got candles in there, they've got like outside sofas with little blankets on. And I remember being out there one summer evening in my pajamas, no bra on, just thinking, this is comfort. And it was just a perfect temperature. I remember I was reading Brighton Rock, which was a book I didn't even finish, and I was still having a good time even though I didn't enjoy that book. And yeah, I just know being outside in your pajamas when it's like late at night on a summer evening is a complete joy. Just like this cup of tea is going to be a complete joy. Number 7 is seeing a book that I really, really want, or I've really, really recently just heard of, on the shelf at the library. That brings me like, bang, 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 very excited. So if I go to my local library, they have a shelf as you go in of new releases. So if I go in there, and I remember, for instance, I went in there once. I remember going in there and The Tidal Zone was on there, and I was like, oh my God, this has been so hyped on BookTube. I've been really wanting to read this. Picked it up, took it home, read it. Like, it was such a treat that happened. It happens very rarely that there are like, my library's got a very good selection, but it happens very rarely that there's a book that I'm like, got my eyes set on, and then I see it there, I'm like, yes! So that's exciting. Number 8 is bumping into friends in the supermarket. So I like bumping into people that I know in the supermarket, just out of context when you're not really expecting to see them. And I just like, it's just a real joy to sort of like be shopping, for instance, in Sainsbury's, and then like, oh, look over there, it's Emma, hiya. And just, that's just a real nice treat for me. There's just like a moment of niceness. And I remember bumping into my sister before, chasing her around Lidl, and just being all excited that I bumped into her. So that's nice. Number 9 is tea. I love tea. I really, really do love tea. I love, I have to drink decaf tea because I can't handle caffeine. But I love Tea Pig's tea. I love Barry's tea. Barry's tea for normal brown tea is my favourite. Tea Pig's tea is my favourite for herbal teas. And I also like mint leaves, just your normal like fresh mint in a cup of hot water. Just makes me feel really happy and makes me feel really calm, and just like to sit down and have a nice cup of tea is one of my favourite things to do. With a book or with the telly, and I just love it. And David loves tea as much as I do, so that works out very, very well indeed. Number 10 is the quietness that's created by snow. So it snows very rarely here. Hiya, Minnie. Hiya, pretty princess. Hiya, princess cat. It snows very, very rarely here, but when it does, I always make a point of opening the window or opening the front door late at night, just so I can hear how quiet it is. It just seems to make things really quiet, and I really love that about snow. And I like looking at snow. I don't particularly like being in snow. I like looking at snow, but my favourite thing of all about snow is just opening a window really late at night or really early in the morning and just listening to the quiet. It really does fill me with joy. Really, really does. So we're halfway through. Those are 10 things that make me happy. Let's get on to the second 10. So the next thing is reminiscing about the times with a Z. So when I was younger, and we used to go out like on a Friday night, on a Saturday night, go out like and just like spend the day hungover, just not really doing anything and just eating McDonald's breakfast, things like that. I love that. That is not me anymore. I do not go out. I don't drink booze anymore. But I love thinking about those times and thinking, Lauren, you daft cow. Just thinking about how, not like lost in an upsetting way I was, just like, just going out and like, just having a really good time with my friends, and not really caring about much else. And I would love thinking about those times and remembering hilarious to me, or hilarious things that happened at that time. And just remembering like silly things that we did when we were drunk and things like that. And I really like having a little reminisce about that, and seeing friends that I haven't seen in a while and being like, oh, do you remember that time when we came back to here and blah, 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 and just having a good time. They really always put a nice smile on my face, reminiscing about the times. So number 12 is watching David. So one thing that makes me feel really happy, obviously, I love David with every ounce of love in my body. He is my absolute soulmate. I can't even imagine life without him, or what I was like before I met him. He like completes me, which sounds really daft, but we're just so perfect for each other. I can't even imagine what it would be like without him. But one of the things I love most about him is watching him when he doesn't know I'm watching him. So like if he's just like on his phone, like I'm a good old brown, doing things like that, or like washing up or just reading, I just love watching him when he doesn't know I'm watching him, because he's just so cute and he's just so fun to watch, and he's just very like, He's just the cutest thing ever, and I just love watching him when he doesn't know I'm watching him. Not in like a stalker way, just in a we'll both be reading on the sofa and I'll just have a little peek at him while he's reading and think, what a lovely boy. What a lovely boy. Number 13 is fairy lights. So I really love fairy lights. This links in with like the whole hygge thing. I'm really into hygge and comfort and blankets and warmth, but fairy lights, just a twinkling string of lights, it's just enough to get me excited. I've got quite a lot of lights at the moment because it's Christmas, but I also have a few lights in my reading corner, which I'm going to make a lot more twinkly lights in the new year, because I feel like I want to bring more hygge to that corner. But fairy lights make me feel very, very happy. Number 14 is a bit of a crafty one, is making Lego, doing puzzles and doing cross stitch. Just little things that you have to really concentrate on, that almost like take away everything else that's going on around you. So like, I recently, my friend Emma bought me a little Christmas Lego set. In fact, I'm going to get it for you and show you because it's so adorable. Today, with this little tree. Look, isn't it cute? And I just sat and made that. And was completely oblivious to everything else that was going on, which was a bit rude of me really, because it was my 30th birthday and everybody was around for a breakfast at my mum and dad's house. But it just really like just drained all the, not that I was stressed or anything, but just took everything away. And I get a similar feeling when I'm doing puzzles and also when I'm doing cross stitch. It just like, everything else just sort of like disappears and you can just concentrate. And it's nice to listen to a podcast when you're doing that as well, because it just washes over you. That's just something, it just makes me feel very calm and nice. Number 15 is something that I've already mentioned, halloumi. I love halloumi. I came to halloumi quite late in my life and now I love it. I love it with hummus, I love it in breakfasts, I love it just as a side to my dish. Recently, David and I went out for dinner with some friends that will be in the vlog tomorrow, and Hazel and I shared a fish platter and there was pickled herring on that platter and we were both like, we don't like pickled herring. Should we ask, what should we swap it for? Halloumi. So we swapped it for halloumi and I just love halloumi. I really like salty stuff and halloumi is that beautiful salty stuff. Number 16 is reading a book and just knowing that it's going to be a 5-star book. This is proper fizzy tummy stuff. So when I'm reading a book, I'm like, oh my God, I love this book. I want to shout about it. Don't fuck it up in the last 50 pages. Because I love reading books and knowing that they're going to be a 5-star. And I love planning throughout the year what books are going to appear like going to be my best books of the year. And I recently made a list of my 10 books, best books of the year. And it was so easy because they'd all given me this fizzy tummy feeling even after I'd read them. So that's just a lovely feeling to get. Number 17 is Minnie sleeping on my tum-tum. So here's Minnie sleeping on the arm of the sofa. But of an evening, Minnie likes to come, when we go to bed, Minnie likes to come and sleep on my chest or on my tummy, and I just love it. It's really, really comforting just to have a little, I mean, she's quite heavy, and when she's on her paws, she's very like, all her weight goes down onto these little tiny pressure points. Quite heavy on me, but when she lays down, it's just such a comforting feeling just to have Minnie there, just looking after me while I'm having a little sleep. Number 18 is spending time with my friends. So my friends and my family. My friends are so important to me, and I haven't got like a big group of friends that we all know each other very well. I've sort of got friends from university, friends that I went to school with, friends that I went to another school with, friends that I've made through BookTube, friends that are my family members, and I just love spending time with them and just being completely chillaxed. Like my favourite things to do with them are just to sort of like, so after you've done a day's event with your friends, then when you come home and have a cup of tea and you all sit around and you're like, so what have you been up to? And just having a really, really lovely chat with them. And yeah, I just love spending time with friends. It just always makes me so happy. Number 19 is a film, and that is We Bought a Zoo. We Bought a Zoo is one of David's favourite ever films. In fact, it might even be his favourite ever film. And that film never fails to make me cry happy tears and to make me feel fizzy and lovely in my tummy with comfort. If you haven't watched it, you absolutely must have to watch it. It is sad in points, but overall, the overarching message is a happy message. So please do that. Last thing I wanted to mention that make me happy is just being in love. I don't mean just being in love with David, who I obviously love very dearly, but I mean like loving my friends, being really interested in stuff, loving my little cat whose bum's in the way, loving life, waking up in the morning and being like, yeah, I'm doing something good today, and just feeling love all around. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've really enjoyed filming it. I just thought it was a really nice time of year to do it. Bloody hell, I didn't even mention in this video that I love Christmas. I love Christmas. I just thought it was a really nice time of year to do it and to mention all the things that you love at this time. I'd love to see some other people do this. I won't tag anybody in it, but I'd love to see some other people and see what they love. And thanks so much to Joce for doing her original video, because I really did enjoy it. And I will see you all again soon for another BookTube video. Goodbye!